Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 26th of March 2025 and the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market, guys, is definitely looking great, and there is only one reason for that, guys. It is because of the policies that are set by President Donald Trump, isn't it? And last week, guys, the FOMC meeting was out and Federal Chair Jerome Powell decided to keep the interest rate the same, and a week before that the inflation numbers were out as well, and for the very first time in 4 months the inflation number is down. And looks like now mainstream media is understanding the benefits of President Donald Trump's policies. But look, guys, on the 2nd of April is when the tariffs kick in, so it's going to be really interesting to see what narrative mainstream media goes with, and whether we like it or not, it is that narrative that will drive the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, keep a track on what is going on regarding tariffs, particularly a few days before it actually goes live. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, the volume of stablecoins as well as the price will be reflecting the same as well. But in the Blockchain DXB podcast, guys, I'll definitely go and touch base on this news. Now in today's episode, guys, we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover. And the first news is regarding Crypto.com. And they have actually partnered with President Donald Trump's media company called as TMTG. So we'll definitely go and discuss this. And looks like, guys, they will be launching ETFs under its TruthFi platform. And under Trump media, guys, there's Truth Social that President Donald Trump has been advocating since 2020, isn't it? And looks like now they're reaping the benefits for it. And because of this news, guys, the token associated with Crypto.com is pumped up as well. So definitely interesting news. Now in the world of exchange-traded products, guys, there's a really interesting news in Europe. And BlackRock, they have officially entered Europe's cryptocurrency exchange-traded product market. And it is called as iShares Bitcoin ETP. So we'll definitely go and touch base on this. Now look, guys, BlackRock getting into anything is a game changer, and them entering into European products with cryptocurrency ETPs is definitely a game changer. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, over the next coming weeks and months, there will be quite a lot of news coming out from Europe regarding this, so definitely interesting news. Now the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is more connected to tokenization, and so far as real world asset tokenization is concerned, guys, their total value locked has reached a staggering $10.21 billion, so we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. Now it's really important to note, guys, this total value locked is completely different to decentralized finance's total value locked, which I tend to cover daily in my Blockchain DXB podcast, because what I tend to cover daily in my Blockchain DXB podcast, that is more connected to decentralized finance. But today, guys, we'll also go ahead and take a deep dive into real world asset protocols, and their total value locked has reached a staggering $10.21 billion. And this is the power of tokenization. And in the month of April, guys, I will be doing an online event talking about tokenization. We'll take a deep dive into the history of tokenization. We'll go ahead and explain what tokenization is. And I'll also go ahead and touch base on some of the apprehensions I have regarding tokenization. Now, the big question regarding tokenization is, can it actually work on open blockchain? Or will it actually work on permission blockchain? Now, if you do need private consultation regarding this, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now going back to today's episode, the final news I'm going to be talking about has to do with the state of Kentucky. And the state of Kentucky, guys, has passed a House Bill 709. And this particular law, guys, will protect residents' right to self-custody Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. Now it's really important to note, guys, this particular law is signed by Governor Andy Beshear, who surprisingly is a Democrat, so it looks like both sides of politics are definitely becoming fans of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is definitely massive news, and this is to do with Abu Dhabi Global Market, and they have partnered with Chainlink, and they want to forge a alliance to shape global blockchain standards and best practices. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And they will be having educational events such as workshops on tokenization, interoperability and blockchain standards as well. So definitely stay tuned to that news. Now the second news, guys, I'm going to be talking about has to do with artificial intelligence. And Dubai Press Club hones AI skills for media professionals. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into what this news is all about. Now if you're a podcaster, particularly in Arabic content, guys, you definitely need to go ahead and follow Dubai Press Club, because there are quite a lot of initiatives, particularly for Arabic content, and I'll definitely go ahead and share more information regarding this. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode actually. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region, With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, the numbers are definitely looking green. And I'm really curious to check, guys, what happens over the weekend. Because look, guys, on the 2nd of April, President Donald Trump's tariff is actually going to kick in. And I've said this over and over again, guys. Tariffs as such is definitely not bad, particularly for United States of America. Because look, President Donald Trump has been getting a lot of investments in the United States of America. And just a few hours ago, guys, there was an announcement regarding Hyundai. They are investing heavily in the US as well. And all this is possible only because of tariffs. And yesterday, guys, President Donald Trump did actually go live via Fox News. And he did actually state that in just a matter of 2 months, guys, he has already secured close to $4 trillion, and this investment, guys, will definitely be impacting the prices. And what I mean by that is, the prices that people will be actually paying will be relatively less. And this, to be honest, is one of the genius moves regarding tariffs. And a lot of Republicans, guys, are actually calling for 2nd of April to be called as Liberation Day. Cause look, regarding tariffs, guys, there is a lot of misleading information. And to keep it short and sweet, guys, tariffs will definitely not be increasing the prices. Now it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if mainstream media does actually go and change the narrative. And if they do that, guys, I'm pretty much sure the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be reacting positively. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, just last week the FOMC announcement was out, and Federal Chair Jerome Powell has decided to keep the interest rate the same, and looks like he does not consider tariffs as a threat. And more importantly, guys, a week before that, the inflation numbers are out, and for the very first time in 4 months, the core inflation is actually down. And a week before that, guys, the economic data was out as well, and that economic data is available by the Bureau of Labor Statistics website. And in that report, guys, it does clearly state that the unemployment is actually going down, and that is only because of President Donald Trump's policies. And with close to $4 trillion invested in the United States of America, this will only be better for the labor market condition, isn't it? And if you look at all of these things, I'm pretty much sure it's going to be directly impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And historically, guys, 18 months after Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin tends to reach a new all-time high, isn't it? But look, guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice, and make sure you go out and do your own research. Now, going back to the global cryptocurrency market, guys, the market sentiment is still at fear, but it's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the weekend, guys, because on the 2nd of April, which is on Wednesday, tariffs are actually going to kick in, isn't it? And I'm really curious to check if there is any announcement regarding tariffs over the weekend, because whether we like it or not, guys, it depends on the narrative mainstream media goes with, and that, to be honest, will directly be impacting the market sentiment, which will give a very good indication as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be heading towards, isn't it? Now, talking about the global cryptocurrency market, guys, as of today, 26th of March, the 24-hour volume is $77.20 billion, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally down by 6.28%. Now, unfortunately, guys, the volume on decentralized finance is ridiculously low, and the 24-hour volume is only $5.46 billion, and DeFi, guys, as of today, is accounting for only 7.08% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, when you talk about total value locked, guys, it is at $97.78 billion. Now, this total value locked, guys, is more connected to decentralized finance, and later on in the episode, I'll go ahead and discuss the total value locked, which is more connected to real-world assets, because that is around the $10 billion mark, isn't it? Now, regarding the total value locked, guys, you can go and look at information via DeFiLlama.com. And DeFiLlama.com, if I'm not mistaken, guys, they tend to update this data every 2 to 3 hours. Now, one matrix, guys, which I'm definitely keeping an eye on, that is decentralized exchange dominance. And unfortunately, guys, it is only at 26.06%. Now, hopefully, guys, in a decade's time or so, decentralized exchange is a matrix that we would be looking at on a daily basis, because that gives an indication as to how many people are using decentralized exchange as opposed to centralized exchanges. Because the whole point of using Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is decentralization, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to DeFiLlama.com, and towards the left side there is a tab called as volume, and when you click on volume, guys, it gives you the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges, and just on top of that there's decentralized exchange dominance. Now right now it is at 26.06%, but in an idealistic world, guys, this percentage should be around the 60% mark, and then we can confidently state that the world is ready for decentralized exchanges. Now let's quickly run to the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges, and PancakeSwap looks like it is still benefiting by the heavy investment received by Binance, and the 24-hour volume is at number 1, and in terms of dollar amount it is $1.49 billion. Uniswap, guys, is not that far behind, and its 24-hour volume is $1.43 billion. Radium is at number 3rd, but its volume is well below the $500 million mark. It is only at $427.67 million. Orca, guys, is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $411.35 million. Meteor, guys, is at number 5th, and its 24-hour volume is $368 million. Now let's quickly run to the volume of stable coins, and to be honest, guys, this number is ridiculously low, and what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, over the weekend, definitely keep an eye on the volume of stable coins, because if the volume of stable coins is almost double of what it is right now, around the $150 billion mark, it would actually mean that after the tariffs are implemented, there is a very high possibility that the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up. But look guys, only the volume of stable coins is not a good matrix. We also need to be looking at the 24-hour volume. And more importantly, we also need to be looking at the prices. So let's say guys, if the volume of stable coins is increased, and if the 24-hour volume is increased, and if the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are pumping up guys, I'm pretty much sure after the 2nd of April, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be heading in a positive direction. And that is exactly what I'm hoping for. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, particularly on Saturdays and Sundays, keep a track on what is going on regarding the volume of stable coins, the 24-hour trading volume, as well as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But next week guys, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on these metrics. Now regarding the volume of stable coins guys, unfortunately today the numbers are not that great. It is at $73.05 billion, and more importantly guys, stable coins is accounting for a staggering 94.63% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of the $73.05 billion guys, it is absolutely no surprise that Tether USDT is leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $58.37 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $9.03 billion, and FDUSD is at number 3rd with $5.08 billion. Now let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Bitcoin's dominance right now is at $1.74 trillion, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at $250 billion. Now look guys, I cannot stress this enough. The news regarding tariffs will definitely be impacting the market cap as well. And let's say guys, if mainstream media starts covering facts, and if they actually start focusing on the investment that President Donald Trump is getting, directly and indirectly guys, it will be impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? And if they start doing this guys, the market cap of Bitcoin alone could actually cross the $2 trillion mark in just a matter of 24 hours, whereas Ethereum's market cap, right now it is at $250 billion. That could also potentially pump up to $300 billion in just a matter of 24 hours. So let's see guys which narrative mainstream media goes with. Now regarding the 24-hour trading volume, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $30.43 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $11.67 billion. Now if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin guys, today it is at 60.67%. Now because the prices are increasing guys, we are kind of okay with the dominance to be increasing as well, isn't it? But when the prices are going down, you don't want the dominance to be increasing. Now regarding Ethereum's dominance, it is at 8.70%. Now if you actually go to CoinMarketCap guys, one of the reasons why Ethereum's dominance is actually down, because based on the matrix, looks like a lot of transactions are actually taking place in Tether. And if you actually look at Tether USDT's market cap guys, it has marginally overtaken the market cap of Ripple XRP as well. And roughly around a month ago guys, the market cap of Ripple and Tether USDT was neck and neck, and Ripple did actually take a massive lead. But because the prices of Ripple or XRP has marginally gone down, looks like that the USDT's market cap is pumped up. But this is one of the metrics you can definitely go and look at. Now every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast guys, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And what I want to do is, I want to look at centralized exchange transparency. Now this particular matrix guys is actually available via DeFiLlama.com. But what is really interesting to note, a lot of centralized exchanges are not included in this. It does not have the transparency information for Coinbase, Kraken as well as many others. So take this information with a pinch of salt. Now based on this information guys, it says that Binance transparency volume is at $141.85 billion. The second one is Bitfinex. It is at $25.38 billion. OKX guys is at number 3rd. And looks like they have $19.43 billion. Robinhood is at number 4th. And the amount that they have is $16.45 billion. Whereas Bybit is at $15.86 billion. Now based on my understanding guys, this actually means, let's say if people were to do a centralized exchange run, something similar to a bank run, Bybit will be in a position to go ahead and pay the customers $15.86 billion, whereas Binance will be able to pay $141.85 billion. Let me know guys if I'm reading this matrix correctly or wrong, cause via DeFiLlama.com guys, this particular matrix really states that this includes IOU issued by centralized exchanges that already counted on another chain such as Binance, which is pegged to Bitcoin in Binance Smart Chain, which is already counted in Bitcoin chain as well. But it's definitely a great matrix that one should be looking at. But look guys, we actually can't take these numbers at face value. There needs to be open audit for this, and this is one of the reasons why when you talk about decentralized exchanges, absolutely anyone can go ahead and validate if the funds are available or not, because this was one of the reasons why FTX collapsed, isn't it? And if I'm not mistaken guys, only because of the collapse DeFiLlama started updating this information, and I really am not sure as to why Coinbase and Kraken are not complying to this. but really interesting matrix nonetheless. Now guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin right now is $88,245. And since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.07%. And since the last 7 days, guys, it is up by 7.97%. Now look guys, the only reason why the prices are pumping up since the last 7 days is because of the FOMC meeting and because of the inflation numbers, and things are definitely looking good for United States of America under Trump administration, isn't it? Now regarding Ethereum guys, Ethereum has crossed the $2,000 mark once again, and today it is at $2,077. But since the last 24 hours, it is marginally down by 0.03%, and since the last 7 days, it is up by 10.32%. Ripple XRP guys is at $2.43, but since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.68%, but since the last 7 days, it is up by 9.06%. But look guys, if you look at the market cap, Tether has overtaken the market cap of Ripple by a really short margin, so it's going to be really interesting to see if the price of Ripple does actually cross the $3 mark in just a matter of few days. So definitely interesting times ahead. Now look guys, with President Donald Trump getting re-elected, not only does he want to go ahead and make America great again, looks like he wants to go ahead and make Bitcoin and cryptocurrency great again as well. And there is a really interesting partnership by Trump's media and technology company called as TMTG, and they actually partnered with Crypto.com. Now through Social Cards, which is a platform which is kind of created by President Donald Trump, that is under Trump Media and Technology Group, isn't it? They are partnering with Crypto.com, and the whole idea is that they want to go ahead and launch ETF, which will be under its Truth.fi brand. And here's the thing guys, they will be focusing on digital assets and US-based industries, and so far as Crypto.com is concerned, they will be providing custodian backend services with ETFs featuring Bitcoin, Chronos and many more as well. Now at this point of time guys, they're still waiting for regulatory approval, and after getting regulatory approval, they will be available globally as well. And Trump Media and Technology Group, that is the TMG Group, plans to invest up to $250 million to Charles Schwab, aligning with his mission to expand fintech and promote American innovation. Now if you do need the official source for this guys, it is actually shared by the CEO of Crypto.com via LinkedIn, and the link to that is in the show notes below. So it looks like President Donald Trump wants to go ahead and make Bitcoin and cryptocurrency great again as well. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss some interesting news regarding Europe and BlackRock guys. They have officially entered Europe's cryptocurrency exchange traded product market, and they're doing that with the launch of its highly anticipated physically backed Bitcoin strategy, and it is called as iShares Bitcoin ETP. And the iShares Bitcoin ETP guys debuts with a total expense ratio, also called as TER, of 0.15%, which will gradually increase to 0.25% at the end of this year, once the temporary fee waiver expires. Now this particular news guys is definitely a game changer in Europe, and the official link to this is actually published by Bloomberg, which is in the show notes below. Now guys, let's go ahead and touch base on some really interesting news, and this is regarding real world asset protocols, and it is more connected to tokenization. Now look guys, the only reason why there is so much of hype regarding tokenization, it is because of Larry Fink. After the Bitcoin ETF approval guys, he did have an interview which was roughly around for 7 minutes on CNBC, where he clearly stated that the next thing he's looking forward for is tokenization, and because of that guys, looks like the new narrative is tokenization, isn't it? And on the 24th guys, on the Blockchain DXB podcast, I talked about Dubai Land Department. They've already launched a tokenization project that is connected to real estate. Now because of all of these news guys, so far as the total value locked is concerned, real world protocols have reached $10.21 billion in total value locked, and this total value locked is led by Makers RWA, that is real world assets, which accounts for $1.29 billion, followed by BlackRock Spittle at $1.23 billion, and then Ethereum guys, which is at $1.81 billion. Now all of these guys itself account for 36% of the total value locked. Now regarding BlackRock Spittle guys, it is a tokenized money market fund that currently holds $373 million, while other funds like Franklin Templeton's, Benji and Ondo Finance are gaining a lot of interest, and interest in tokenized real world assets guys, such as treasury bonds and stable coins, is definitely seeing a massive rise. With Ethereum's USDT TB guys, its total value locked has increased by 1000% in the last month alone, and analysts guys are actually predicting real world assets to surpass $50 billion by 2025. Now this particular article guys is actually published by Decrypt, but what I want to do is in the month of April guys, I want to have an online session where I talk everything regarding tokenization, and I want to go ahead and touch base on two areas guys. The first one is regarding real world asset tokenization, can it actually work in open blockchain? And the second one, What happens to individuals who are sanctioned by different countries? Are they in a position to be part of the cryptocurrency ecosystem connected to real-world asset tokenization? But look, guys, if you do want to go ahead and collaborate on this or want to go ahead and sponsor this session, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some interesting news from the state of Kentucky. And the state of Kentucky, guys, has passed House Bill number 701, protecting residents' right to self-custody and other cryptocurrencies. And this particular law, guys, is signed by Governor Andy Bashar, who I believe is a Democrat. And this particular law ensures local governments cannot impose discriminatory regulations on crypto mining. And it also clarifies that mining and staking rewards are not securities. This, to be honest, is definitely a massive win. And more importantly, guys, this particular law also exempts blockchain node operations and staking from money transmitter laws as well. Definitely a brilliant move, isn't it? Now, the state of Kentucky, guys, is also reviewing House Bill number 376, which would actually allow up to 10% of excess state reserves to be invested in digital assets with a market cap about $750 billion. Now, at this point of time, guys, Bitcoin is the only one which is at that range, isn't it? Ethereum's market cap is only at $250 billion. So it looks like if House Bill number 371 gets passed, most likely 10% of the excess state reserves will directly be going into Bitcoin, which again, to be honest, is definitely a great news. And nationwide, guys, 19 states are considering Bitcoin reserves, and so far as Utah is concerned, they are approving 5% of allocation for digital assets, and so far as New Mexico is concerned, guys, they are proposing a similar 5% Bitcoin reserve as well. However, guys, states like Montana and other states, like North Dakota and Wyoming and Pennsylvania, they have rejected such measures, so definitely interesting news. But look, so far as Bitcoin reserve is concerned, I've launched a new project called as Bitcoin DXB. And in that, guys, there's documentation as well as podcast episodes where I go ahead and explain Bitcoin reserve at the beginner level, advanced level and technical level as well. And in just a matter of few weeks, guys, more information will be out regarding Bitcoin DXB. Now, in the meantime, if you do need additional information, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world. Now let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is definitely massive news. And Abu Dhabi global market, as well as Chainlink, they are forging an alliance to shape global blockchain standards and best practices. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely a massive deal, isn't it? And Abu Dhabi global market have signed a memorandum of understanding with Chainlink Labs to advance global blockchain standards, and they're also focusing on tokenization frameworks. And this alliance, guys, aims to develop compliant tokenization frameworks. Now, it's needless to say, guys, Abu Dhabi global markets leadership is clearly in display, isn't it? And they want to continue the role as a top international finance center for blockchain innovation. Now, regarding Chainlink, guys, they will be providing technical expertise, industry insights, as well as advanced blockchain services. And the outcome of this partnership is aiming to enhance utility while ensuring regulatory compliance. Now, regarding Chainlink's market impact, guys, it is needless to say, they are probably the most important entity in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space. And Chainlink, as of now, has enabled over $19 trillion in transactions value through its blockchain solutions. And Chainlink services are widely adopted by major financial institutions as well. Now, regarding the global blockchain regulations, guys, the alliance supports a globally aligned regulatory approach for blockchain. And Abu Dhabi global market CEO, that is Hamad Syed Al-Mazuri, highlighted the partnership's role in transparency, security, and trust. And so far as regulatory dialogue is concerned, Abu Dhabi global market and Chainlink will collaborate on blockchain, artificial intelligence, and emerging technology regulations as well. And they will be having educational events. They are planning to have joint workshops that will focus on tokenization, interoperability, and blockchain standards. And so far as proof of reserves is concerned, guys, the partnership will explore proof of reserves and compliance mechanisms as well. Now, according to me, guys, one of the biggest innovations in 2024 was Chainlink CCIP protocol, that is Chainlink Interoperability Protocol. And CCIP is a game changer so far as interoperability is concerned. And Chainlink solution will enhance cross-chain connectivity, which is interoperability. And so far as this partnership is concerned, guys, it aims to strengthen blockchain adoption in the United Arab Emirates. And a statement from Chainlink Labs Angie Walker emphasizes the importance of compliance and innovation in the alliance. And this particular alliance supports decentralized projects in a regulated environment. And this partnership further establishes Abu Dhabi global market as a global hub for blockchain innovation. So definitely brilliant news. Now, guys, let's go and discuss second news. And this is connected to artificial intelligence. And this is more to do with Dubai Press Club, guys. Now, look, guys, if you're an Arabic content creator, I'd really recommend you to go and follow Dubai Press Club via Instagram, cause lately they're promoting a lot of Arabic content. And regarding this news, guys, they want to focus on AI skills for media professionals as well, and they hosted Generative AI and its application in media to enhance AI skills for media professionals. And this particular event was conducted in partnership with Dubai Future Academy, which is an affiliate of Dubai Future Foundation. And there were expert speakers, which was led by Dr. Mohammed Qasim, who's the Dean of Dubai Future Academy and board member of the Digital School. And the goal of this workshop, guys, was focused on AI-powered storytelling, digital media opportunities, and AI's future impact on media. And they had hands-on training as well that provided practical experience with AI tools for text, images, video, and interactive content generation. And they taught participants how to use generative AI to produce high-quality media effectively as well. And Mario Malmulla, guys, who's from Dubai Press Club, emphasized Dubai Press Club role in upskilling journalists and adapting to digital transformation. Now look, AI is becoming essential for journalism and media content creation, isn't it? And there were workshops aimed to enhance AI capabilities in Arabic media content across the region. And there was also an integration with journalism. And Dr. Qasim highlighted AI's role in language model, image generation, and video creation. And they also talked about responsible AI use, and they addressed AI limitation and the importance of ethical implementation. And they also discussed AI tools to help professionals create compelling content that meet industry standards. Now look, so far as AI is concerned, the UAE is a global leader in AI innovation, investment, and support of legislation, isn't it? And so far as the economic impact of AI is concerned, guys, it is expected to contribute 13.6%, which is approximately $100 billion to UAE's GDP by 2030. And when you talk about the regional growth, guys, AI's contribution to regional economies is projected to grow somewhere between 20 to 34%, with UAE leading. And so far as the strategic AI vision is concerned, guys, UAE ranks third globally after China and US in AI's expected economic impact. And look, as I've said this over and over again, it is great to see that the government of United Arab Emirates is taking an active part not just in artificial intelligence, but even in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So definitely brilliant news. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB, listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Brian who asks, how will BlackRock's Bitcoin ETP affect institutional investments in cryptocurrencies? This, to be honest, Brian, is such a really important question. Now, I very strongly feel, Brian, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is a game changer for institutional investors in Europe. Firstly, it provides a regulated, traditional finance product that institutions are comfortable with, isn't it? Now, Europe has definitely been massive advocates of Bitcoin in particular, but moves such as this definitely make Bitcoin exposure as easy as buying stock or bond, isn't it? And in a way, Brian, if you think about it, it does lower the barrier to entry for big investors as well, because many pension funds, asset managers, and hedge funds, they have very strict mandates that prevent them from directly holding cryptocurrencies. But with BlackRock getting into the game and now offering a physically backed ETP, they can now invest in Bitcoin through a structure that they already trust, isn't it? And if you look at the news that I talked about regarding BlackRock's ETP, they have a ridiculously low fee as well. And I very strongly feel the initial 0.15% fee is extremely ultra competitive, and looks like BlackRock is definitely taking a long-term approach, isn't it? Because Brian, lower fees mean higher liquidity and more institutional participation, similar to what happened in Bitcoin ETF in the United States of America. And I do feel because of this, they will be pushing other firms to go ahead and launch similar products as well, because something similar did actually happen in US as well, isn't it? And when BlackRock entered the Bitcoin ETF race, we saw the companies like Fidelity and ARK Investment, they immediately started doing something similar. And Brian, I very strongly feel in Europe, we will be seeing quite a lot of news regarding ETPs, more capital inflows and new structured products like Bitcoin-based yield funds as well. So in short, I do feel yes, this move definitely legitimizes Bitcoin even more further for big investors. And I do feel, Brian, that this particular move does actually drive long-term adoption especially as more funds allocated to Bitcoin as hedge against inflation and market volatility. So definitely interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the like button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, we have the Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. We also look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.